right, I'm using my iPhone as my webcam for the first time today. It's like wirelessly connected to my MacBook. It's pretty cool. Chris, we can't hear you.
Now I can. I don't know.
Okay.
I unplugged it like 3 different times. Holy burntness.
Who, me?
Yeah, it's freaking.
I think it's the color of the.
Yeah, you look like Carrot Top.
You look like
Larry... I know. I'm looking for like color settings, but I don't know. It's
Larry the Lobster over there.
I don't know why. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of 5 Idiots Talking Toys. I'm Shane, and it is a Sunday Collectors podcast that you are joining right now. Thanks very much for watching us on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcast app. We appreciate it. We are here every Sunday with a new podcast episode and also on YouTube on our channel on Wednesdays with the wins and whiffs of the week. So be sure to check that out as well. You can go back and watch, 50-something wins and whiffs episodes and have some fun with those. Those are shorter. And we are also almost up to 100 episodes, or maybe we passed 100 episodes. I don't know. We're around 100 episodes. So there's a lot to go back and watch or listen to. So please enjoy everything on our channel. Please like the videos, comment, and subscribe to the channel to be alerted of all new content when it comes out throughout the week. Thanks very much for being here. Let's bring the boys in right now. First, we have... who do we have? Let's see. We have...
Boys are back from town.
Chris. There he is.
Oh, hey. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Could you imagine if I knew how to work the equipment at this point? It would be a pretty good show, right?
Yeah. Well, you would think that you actually practiced and, did some work.
No. False. Brandon is coming to us from San Diego. Here he is. San Diego, his mustache.
Carrot Top.
And next we have the man in the shadows, Charles.
In the cave.
In the shadows.
Yeah.
In the dark shadows.
Caveman Charles.
And finally, let's give a congratulatory welcome, a warm welcome to the Lord. Lord Walden is here, folks.
Oh, hey, John. How are you? Hey, John.
Congratulatory.
I don't know what that means. Words. All right, boys. Another episode, a fun time here on a Sunday night. We are going to chat for a little bit, but also talk about the new movie, Blue Beetle.
Can't wait.
So, it comes out this week.
Blue Beetle. We love superhero movies. We love sci-fi. We love fantasy stuff. And we like the toy lines that go along with them. So that'll be fun to take a look at and discuss. What's going on with you guys? What have you been up to the past week or so? Anything in the toy collecting hobby? Brandon, how many cons have you been to? Any big purchases for the store, John? Stuff like that? Any big deliveries coming to the house? What's up, guys?
Brandon wants a cracker?
John, when's the release date on this movie?
The 18th.
So,
August 18th.
Oh. So yes, Shane, correct. I have been to a con.
you're just imagining the future con you're about to go to.
Yeah.
Well, no, in real time though. I mean, what's new? What's the latest, greatest in your worlds?
We set up at. Oh, go ahead, Brandon. I'm sorry. I'm talking.
You set up where?
We set up at FarleyCon this weekend.
How'd that go?
I have no idea because we recorded this 2 weeks ago.
Same here. I went to Comic-Con.
How was that?
I have no idea because we recorded this 2 weeks.
Because I haven't gone yet.
My gosh! Just talk about what you really did recently. What's going on? It doesn't matter.
Why'd you pick them too, Shane?
I didn't. I picked all 4 of you.
No, you didn't. You said you asked about cons and you asked about the store.
Well, he didn't ask.
Or did you guys get any shipments in? Anything good?
Or did you get any Lego in?
No. We don't talk about Lego on this show. You got to tune into another show if you want to watch it.
Charles is refinancing his house to get the Lego collection, the Lego mini collection.
Can't see it on the show.
No more Lego. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
You're
Fans
gonna
are
have to
gonna be
clear out your
heartbroken.
cabinet back there.
No more Lego. We only talk Legos here.
No,
All
we're
of
only going to
our
talk about 40-year-old vintage Star Wars that no one wants right now. That's what we're gonna
all of our fan will be upset that no more Lego.
All of our fan.
Oh,
I
the
thought there
evil
was
Knievel
3 of them.
people. The evil Knievel people, they are lining up. There's so many of them. It's ridiculous. John may start his own YouTube channel for Evil Knievel.
If I had a choice
Amazing.
between buying that Evil Knievel box or that little Boba Fett Lego, I'd be taking the Evil Knievel box.
Uh-oh.
It's not, hands down, it's not even an option.
You didn't even know what it was.
I do know
You-
what it is.
It's Boba
You
Fett.
asked John
I
last
do know
week
what it is.
what it was. It's a model. You didn't even know what it was.
I
It's
didn't
not a
ask.
model.
I did not ask him that question. Shane asked him that question.
Someone asked him.
Not me. I know exactly
What
what
makes
it
you
is.
think it's a model?
Brandon said it was a model.
That's what you guys said on the show. It was a model.
No,
I
someone.
didn't
No, I
think it
wasn't
was a
sure.
model.
I've never seen one before.
Oh,
No,
Someone
John said it's like a
asked.
zip car.
They have a toy
It's a
line.
zip bike.
It is a toy line for Evil Knievel.
Yeah.
And I just know that the stuff goes for a lot of money, like the pinball machines and all that stuff. Is just, well, for
Is
whatever
there
reason, Evil Knievel is, people love it.
Is
He
there
was as
multiple
big as Elvis
generations?
at one point.
Is there multiple generations of toy lines for Evil Knievel? Because I think I've seen something recently.
Yeah, they recently, within the past 3 or 4 years, I think, they re-released the Evil Knievel, like the motorcycle, I think the car, and some of the figures.
Yeah.
Oh, so,
Yeah.
so they did a retro release too.
Yeah.
God.
And now those are going up in price too because they only did it for a short amount of time. So
So what's going on in the hobby in general? We're heading towards the back half of the summer here. We're in the back half of the summer. I think we all agree the hobby's been kind of slow, maybe because of the summer as well. But I think, Star Wars in particular has been in between series and movies and whatnot, and the toys are kind of slowed down. Do you guys, have you seen the same in any other toy lines or any other areas of collecting?
I feel like the prices, have held on certain things, and then certain things, prices have gone down. The one thing that I have seen a lot is that, people were just on their phones checking the groups all day long, hundreds of times a day.
Yeah.
Now people are just not doing that. It's summertime. People are out. They're on vacation. They just maybe they don't care as much. So instead of checking their phone 100 times, they may check it once before they go to bed.
Well, except the ones that live in their mother's basements, they're on their phones constantly.
Yeah, they're always on. So
How dare you?
oh, get the meatloaf.
At least for
How
me,
dare you? That's our target audience, Brandon, that you're insulting.
I still see items selling. It just takes longer to sell because people are just not on as frequently as they were.
I'll tell you, for me personally, it's kind of like, for me, it's not even necessarily the lull. What is that noise? It's not even the lull in the hobby with prices and supply and demand. For me, I've just got to a point the last couple of months where I've just had some burnout personally of checking that stuff like a million times a day, and I've got so much other stuff to be paying attention to.
Oh yeah.
That it's just like I needed just to kind of slow down and take a break of not scrolling Facebook all 10 times a day. So I bet you there's a lot of people that, especially this summer with the nicer weather around the country, are feeling the same thing. So we'll see how that goes when we get into October, November, and the weather starts to change and people are outside less or traveling less. But and I think Chris has hit the nail on the head. For the more desirable pieces, the nicer mocks, the boxed items, those prices are holding. But when you get down to certainly loose figures, even nice mint loose figures, or common vehicles, a snow speeder, a Y-wing in Star Wars, those things have gone down for sure. So there's definitely a dividing line in there where common stuff is in one bucket and less common stuff's in another bucket. Absolutely. Brandon, you do know that you have a mute button on your microphone, correct?
That was not me.
That was Charles.
Oh, I wasn't looking down.
He was coughing and he didn't use the mute button. So you are correct.
Right.
I think people are focusing on, like, if they're buying anything, they're buying stuff for their focus figure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, used to be people would just like buy figures. Because,
Yeah.
Oh, that's in pretty good shape.
Big willy-nilly.
Collection. Do what?
People were spending big willy-nilly on everything.
Oh yeah.
And now people are definitely more focused on whatever their focus is, and they kind of stick to it.
I saw multiple people in the last week posting like army builder lots of figures that I know for a fact are not their focus figure. So who knows what the reasoning is? It might be a mixed bag, but it just comes off to me like there's just a lot of people out there that have been hoarding toys for whatever reason, and now they're trying to get to move them. But I see 55 Hoth troopers get posted, and I know that person does not collect Hoth troopers necessarily, and I'm like, why do they have a bucket somewhere?
107 emperors.
Yeah, like why do you have 107 emperors? Like
you'll never sell them. Problem. It's a complete loss.
The emperor sold.
Right.
If you're collecting like 100 of one figure, like how the hell are you going to sell those?
Well, then on top of it, you post 107 of them, and you want $10 a piece. It's not going to happen.
I can tell you firsthand that a collection that I bought last year or 2 years ago, I got 100 Rebel Commandos.
Remember that?
And I got about 75 to 80 Rebel soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
And this was during the height when everything was flying, and the last 20 or 30 were just so hard to sell.
Mm-hmm.
You can only sell so many of them in like a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants them.
Yeah. You either got to give them away at that point practically, or you throw them in a box and you revisit in 3 months or something.
Exactly. But I didn't want to do that. I'm not like a store to do that. I'm working out of the house, so I don't want it here.
Yeah. All right, guys. The hobbies goes through its ups and downs, its waves, its waning interest certain times of the year, but
maybe
always fun to visit it.
Maybe people should shift their focus to collecting DC figures.
Oh,
Ooh.
I don't know, but there's a
Maybe.
DC movie coming out this week.
Huge movie.
DC.
Oh, is it DC? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Marvel. I know that. So
they're predicting a $300 million opening
for the movie we're about to discuss.
Yeah, a $300 million loss. I mean,
the Blue Beetle.
The Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle. I noticed that it's the kid from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer with my kids the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that's the kid from Cobra Kai."
Speaking of,
he's a decent actor. I think he's a good choice.
John, did you watch the trailer?
I've seen a couple of other trailers. I haven't seen the newest one.
All right, well, let's.
This is the last one.
Let's get to it.
Giddy up!
So, some background on it: they spent $120 million on the movie.
Oh my god,
that's not a lot.
That's kind of low for a superhero movie, right?
Yeah.
Well, so if the budget usually is 120, that means marketing is always more than that. So they probably spent 200 in marketing. So they probably spent $300 million.
So that's the thing with this one movie. They didn't market it until right before the airing. You didn't see any. You didn't see anything on this.
I haven't heard a word on this movie until you guys told me.
Yeah, it's true. If you showed me this trailer and told me it was coming out in like 3 months, I would believe you because
I didn't even know who this character was.
They didn't spend any money on it at all. It's very low budget for marketing.
Yeah. So
John, is this character from the comic books or what?
Yeah. So who knew who the Blue Beetle is?
The Blue Beetle to me is like a VF, is like one of those cars.
Who knew that the Blue Beetle's older than the Green Lantern and the Flash?
Mm-mm.
Hang on. Evil Knievel? Hey, it's Charles. Have you ever heard of the Blue Beetle? No? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
is
the
Evil
Blue Beetle
Knievel at the playgrounds?
Yeah.
The Blue Beetle, his first appearance was in 1939.
Wow.
So
1939.
who here watched the trailer?
This one?
I
Yeah.
did.
So you didn't watch
Why
it,
did you
Chris?
watch the trailer if you knew we were going to watch it together?
No, I
Can
saw the first trailer.
Can we zoom in
They played
on
it.
Chris's
They played it
face?
before the Flash.
Can we zoom in on Chris's face while he's watching it? Is that possible? Because I know he's going to have the same thing as me. He's going to think the same way.
John, what year did Spider-Man come out?
1963, I think.
Oh,
Wow, so it can't be called a
Really?
ripoff of Spider-Man if it came first then.
20 years beforehand.
Yeah. Blue Beetle
yeah.
came out in 1939.
When did Iron Man come out?
If you Google search it, this
42,
is
43?
called a
Oh, really?
ripoff of Iron Man.
So
Can we watch the trailer?
But it was a completely different character back then, though.
Can we watch the trailer?
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
He was a cop, Charles,
Oh my
in the
God,
first one.
This sounds
The
horrendous
first,
already.
the first iteration of the
Sounds
Blue
like a
Beetle.
big steaming pile of Jurassic Park horse poo.
There's horse poo in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Dinosaur.
I know there was a goat in Jurassic Park, but I don't remember a horse. All right, John, I'm going to let you take over. Let's
Okay.
roll the footage.
Okay. I want to fly. Let's do this. Yeah!
You gotta force it to come out.
What do you... You're a genius.
Well, I know. But what I say?
Did you know what was going to happen to my brother when you stuck him with this world-destroying thing?
It's called the Scarab. I had no idea it would activate. It has to choose you.
So how do we get it to unchoose me?
Host acquired.
Who said that?
Systems checking. 3,
Okay, it's gonna be okay.
Uptown, baby. I was down, but they see I'm up now, baby.
Host overreacting.
Overreacting? You kidnapped me!
When I hit you with that, you know.
Threat approaching. Engaging host protection.
She get like a judo. And when we get in mode, I'ma dog it like I'm Cujo.
Threat eliminated.
Sorry about that!
Are they tryna steal away? Cut it out, cut it out.
What do you think the government is gonna do when they figure out that some kid has this military tech?
Bust it down, bust it down.
We are going to change the world with the power of the Scarab. It belongs to me.
Watch out, watch out!
Tryna stop the way, but the way don't stop.
Oh, he's pissed. Listen to me!
Uptown, baby.
You got the wrong guy! I'm a nobody! But I swear!
I was down, but they see I'm up now, baby.
The world is a place to protect.
I have an arsenal at my disposal.
Anything, please?
Watch and learn, Jaime. Whatever you can imagine, I can create.
Yeah, that's more like it.
That love you feel for your family makes you weak. You're wrong. My family, that's what makes me strong.
Oh, I forgot how bad it looks.
Target the family.
Sorry, my mama.
Jaime?
You are a superhero, cabron.
Y'all take shots, y'all aim up. Whoa.
You're the Blue Beetle.
I could use that arsenal right about now.
God, you never ask.
Hell yeah.
They been tryna stop the way, but the way don't stop. Bust it down, bust it down.
Nana?
I advise we back away.
Uptown, I was down, but they see I'm up now.
Hey, Shane, just go right to Chris on this one.
Chris, what did you think?
I would like to say that that was the most dumbest, idiotic, stupidest movie I have ever seen a trailer for. That looks absolutely horrendous. I think it's going to make $25 million opening, which is going to be a huge failure for them. DC movies, this is why they suck, because look at the garbage that they create. I completely disagree with John. I think that actor is terrible. I hate him in Cobra Kai. He's a terrible actor. And in this movie, it looks even worse. I am amazed that they put that on a screen and spent money, and that people are going to actually pay money to go see that pure hot garbage.
Well, they didn't market it, so there's a reason why they didn't push it.
Yes, I get it. It's still gonna get people in because it's a Marvel, it's a superhero, it's a DC, whatever. Like, people love that stuff, but it's going to be the lowest opening of the low by far.
I agree with the actor choice. I love him in Cobra Kai.
Yes.
Him in this.
Yeah.
He's just like, woo! He's just like, I don't know. It's just.
You do that again?
Stupid. It sounds stupid.
How was that?
And they think of something else. Like, why does he have to shoot out of his hand like Iron Man does?
It looks absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, like, really?
So this is why I refer to John. So the original character, so people saying this is ripping off Iron Man and SpiderMan and all that, but you're saying this came out before those, but the character was not like this?
Right. Yeah. So the original character, I think his name is Dan Garrett. He was a cop, and he used the Blue Beetle to fight crime, but he did it physically. He didn't have all this stuff. And then he was the Blue Beetle until, I think, 1964. I think 63, 64 is when Ted Kord took over. And he had the Scarab. He had the Scarab, and he was able to use those powers, but he didn't. He chose not to use those powers until later.
I hate when superheroes have powers and they choose not to. Like,
yeah,
what kind of powers are you talking about here?
And then it's not really superpowers. He had the powers of the Scarab. Like, that's some kind of military.
He could put on a suit. He could put on a suit like that and shoot stuff out of his hands.
A little bit different. It wasn't as elaborate as the new version. Now, Jaime Reyes came out in 2005. That's the newest iteration of the Blue Beetle. So
Jaime Reyes, Jamie Reyes.
Jaime.
No, they said Jaime in the trailer.
Jaime,
I heard that.
James Reyes.
Jaime Reyes.
Yeah. Isn't it Jamie?
Yeah, he came out in 2005.
Jaime is Spanish for James.
Yep. So is Diego. But anyway, he came out in 2005. This character did. And so he was like the younger version. And it really is a lot like Peter Parker.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the feel I got.
Oh, so the kid being Blue Beetle came out in 2000 and whatever.
Yeah.
So it is a ripoff of Spider-Man in that
So it
sense.
kind of
me,
is, yeah.
I would say save your time, save your money, save your family, save your soul. Don't watch that.
Save your cash.
Hide
save
your wife.
money.
Hide your kids.
Call the lawyers.
Save the lawyers.
Yeah.
And your money and the cash.
Well, I think you know,
that was just...
I don't know how things are going to do now with the writer and the SAG-AFTRA strike that are going on right now, but I don't know if it's going to help people going out to the movies to support the actors and the writers. I know that there's not going to be a whole lot of content coming out.
Did you hear what Marvel's doing
in the near future? So I'm assuming that people are going to turn out to see these movies maybe and support and do all that. So maybe it will make some money, but I don't know. I think that they would have probably they should have chose a different path and not copy. I mean, that's straight up the one angle that they showed of him looking through the helmet. That's like a straight up Iron Man.
Yeah. It's all Iron Man.
Tony Stark, you know.
And the person that he's fighting is like red and gold. Like,
yeah.
Didn't you make the guy blue or something? Like another color? I don't know. Make him something else.
It reminded me of Mickey Rourke when he was the
Whiplash.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2 is that?
Yeah, like come on.
Yeah.
So
I wish I had my wizard hat on right now.
We already know how bad it's going to be. It's because John has DC running through his veins, and he's not arguing with us.
I do know
he's not arguing.
Yeah.
So he knows it's going to suck.
It's not going to be the best.
Mark my words.
I'm gonna
$25 million opening weekend.
No,
It's gonna be more than that, but yeah.
they're gonna make more than they spent probably, but they're not gonna make a lot of money on it.
They are absolutely,
And no one's buying these toys.
Oh,
No
toys you say.
one.
Well, how about George Lopez with a mullet? What'd you guys think of that?
That
How
was
about
George
I didn't know
Lopez.
George Lopez was doing anything other than reaction videos.
I didn't even know that was him.
I
Prince
just want
Sarandon's in it also.
I just want to add one thing that I thought of. I know it's only the trailer, may not be in the movie, I don't know, but that music wouldn't stop the entire trailer. Was one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life. It's awful, awful music they selected for that trailer. I wanted to stop watching the trailer because of the music.
Jane, save your time, save your money, save your family,
save your wife, save your kids,
save your soul. Don't go and do that.
Save your cat.
Save your money for the toys.
Look at this ridiculous thing.
It's another.
Even the writing looks like 21 Jump Street.
It's another missed opportunity. Like the storyline is actually really cool. It's like a military like beetle, and it attaches on the kid's like spine. Like it is a really cool storyline, but they like made the movie just. It's so stupid.
Yeah, they camp it up. I mean, but did you hear what Disney's doing with? We'll get into that in a minute. But I just want
John
to
loves to turn it off of DC because we're all stepping on DC. So John's
I
like,
don't
"Hey,
care. No,
you watched
it
the
doesn't
Met game last night? How they did?"
I'm a comic book fan, so it's not just like DC.
The interesting thing I heard about something that Brandon was talking about with the actor and the writer's strike. The article I read recently was that Hollywood's not really very scared right now. They have a huge backlog of movies.
A plethora.
Like they're not going to run out of movies to release for a couple of years. They went nuts after COVID and when the restrictions loosened, and they have a ton of movies in the pipeline, all the movie studios. And for TV, all the major I think I was reading about NBC Universal has this huge slate of reality TV shows that are either already done or are shooting now. So they don't have a great need for more scripted stuff than they already have. So I don't know what that's going to end up being for the strike, but
can you explain to people like me who don't watch the news? I have no clue what you're talking about.
Well, there's a writer's strike in Hollywood right now where they're fighting for the number one thing that they're fighting for is something that you'll understand is now that they're doing this stuff like we saw in Book of Boba Fett and in Mandalorian, where they're putting Luke Skywalker in there without Luke Skywalker, and they're putting Carrie Fisher in Rogue One. So the writers, and now I don't know how aware you guys are. I'm in marketing and advertising, so it's becoming a really big thing. But the AI right now is hitting for a number of different things for content writing, for actually graphics and marketing, like visuals, and also artwork. These programs can create stuff from scratch with input from the internet. So the writers are fighting right now to get protection before it becomes a real problem for them about them being put out of a job and artificial intelligence writing shows based on existing content that's out there. So they want to be protected against that. But also the actors are now joining because the actors want to be protected for their likeness, their voice, their appearance, everything, so that they can't be removed from getting a job and their likeness could be used to fill it without them getting paid for it. So
I was on Black Mirror, John. Did you watch that episode?
I
That was on the newest. It was on the newest season of Black Mirror.
I haven't started that yet. I'm excited.
It was terrible. I had to stop it.
Black Mirror is a great show.
Yeah,
it was
but that's the crux of it right now. Is they're fighting for this new wave of future loss of income and jobs based on this artificial intelligence stuff and the the ability to do the deep fake placement of famous people's faces and stuff.
They're afraid that it's going to get so good that you won't need the actors anymore.
Exactly. So that's happening. But for the reason I was calling this out is for the fans like ourselves who are going to be watching these movies and shows and series. From what they're saying right now is there's no danger of us not having stuff to watch for like 2 years. So
Well,
we'll
the
see how
thing
long
is-
this goes on. But
The thing is, Disney owns ABC. Who is it? Paramount owns NBC or CBS. Universal owns NBC and Paramount owns CBS.
yeah, Universal owns HBO and NBC, and
Yeah, so they have a pool already
Yeah.
out there on the internet, and what they're planning on doing is I saw that Disney is planning on showing Miss Marvel in their regular fall lineup.
Oh, on TV, on ABC, you mean?
ABC.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So that's another thing. Of course, Bob Iger was the one who said, "We'll just play this out until they all lose their homes."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's not having it. I saw his comment.
So he's like, I've got a whole library I can throw on ABC.
Yeah, he was saying like they're taking a very dangerous stance, but he's ahead of a studio. I mean, he's going to have a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into these toys for Blue Beetle. We can continue to chat, but let's see what's in the plans to merchandise this superhero in the movie.
Yeah. Now these are the Todd McFarlane figures.
Oh, nice.
So they look really cool, whether you like Blue Beetle or not. But yeah, this is the Blue Beetle, just the standard one, and of course you got that sword that was in the preview.
Looks like the Blade figures.
You know what that looks like? That sword? It looks like the Final Fantasy VII sword. You remember that?
Yes, yeah.
And then I think that's what he
ripping off that too.
Well, I think that's what he invokes in the movie.
I love when Brandon puts the microphone inside his mouth and starts shouting stuff.
I think that's what he invokes.
Yeah, they ripped that one off too.
Because she said you can do anything, right? She said you can have any weapon that you desire, and I think he invoked that or something.
Oh, okay, all right.
So stupid. It already looks.
So there's that, and then they have another figure that's the
Isn't that what he just showed us?
battle mode.
Battle mode.
Oh,
and he has. His
Oh my
wings.
gosh, these toys are for 12 and up.
Yeah, right.
Jeez, have
But
you ever
these are
seen that an action figure
$19.99.
12 and up?
I've never seen the age so high.
Yeah.
yeah.
These are going to be like 12 and up. I mean, $19.99. Sorry, retail price.
They already know the kids are not going to play with it, so they're like, "Screw it! I'm not going to put 5+."
We're going to make it for adults. That's what it is for adults living in their mom's space.
These will not be for sale on Rogue 5, everyone.
I don't know.
I might actually buy one.
Yeah, okay, sure.
They look pretty
No.
cool.
I'm serious because no one's going to buy them.
You're going to wait
Like
until they're
5 years from
$3.
now, they're probably going to be worth so much money because no one bought them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's true. You find a lot of obscure
Yeah.
toys.
Yeah, like all the
figures,
Cassian
yeah.
Andors.
Yeah.
Those are dumping. I might as well freaking throw them in a fire in my backyard.
Yeah.
Even though that was the best Star Wars series on television. And then the next few, these have already been out, but I was just going to show you the other iterations of Blue Beetle. This was the original one.
Yeah, I actually agree. That actually looks like
Yeah, that was cool.
familiar. and cool.
That's Dan Garrett. And then the next one is the one that's the more modern one. That
that's pretty
came
cool.
out in the late 60s.
Yeah.
Here's what would have been better,
Part of
John.
the Justice League. Huh?
Here's what would have been better.
Yeah.
If he changed into a beetle and then he can hop on somebody else and he can he attaches himself onto somebody else and then he's that person.
Oh, that's true.
That would be better than just him
Or-
flying around like
or
Iron Man.
he turns into a beetle and then he eats the script and makes believe that this never existed to begin with.
There you go.
So stupid.
But yeah, those are the Blue Beetle toys.
Nice.
Wow, 2 toys. I hope it does.
Will
really
you be
good.
buying those?
No.
Okay.
I hope it does really good. Big
I might
toy
actually
line.
buy one. I'm going to go to Walmart and buy it for half off.
Really big toy.
I
line.
guarantee you probably won't even be able to find them.
Why?
'Cause
You
no
may
one's
have to
gonna
buy
sell
them from
Can't
Todd
find
McFarlane.
any of this crap anymore.
No one's going to sell them because no one wants them.
Yeah.
Well, so what kind of level are we at here with this movie? So it sounds like nobody's going to go to a theater and see it, but
I'm gonna watch
if
it on
this
HBO
comes
Max.
on, a streaming service that you have, are you going to watch it then?
Absolutely not.
I'll
No game is
probably flip it on just to see how bad it really is, because you never know. There's a slight chance you put this movie on, and all of a sudden you're like, "Wow, it was actually pretty good."
Considering that I've never seen all the Iron Man, Spider-Mans, and most of the Marvel movies, I can tell you I will not be seeing those.
Did you watch Iron Man 3?
No.
Most of that takes place in Chattanooga.
Superhero movies, in my opinion, they just don't do it for me. Guardians of the Galaxy, I love. Captain America,
fantastic.
I love. Besides for that, the rest of it, they're just hot.
Yeah, but if you love Captain America, that means you're watching all the Avengers and the offshoots. No,
Yeah, Avengers movies are decent.
I like Captain America because it goes back to World War II in Germany, and I'm into.
That was one movie. You're talking about the one movie?
Yeah, that's
What
the
about,
first Avenger.
Are you going to watch Deadpool 3 if it ever comes out?
Who?
Deadpool's great.
3
No, I'm kidding.
with Wolverine.
No, probably not. No.
Did you watch the first two?
I watched the first one.
Yeah,
Actually pretty
it's
good.
rated R. It's fantastic.
I watched it. I just don't have any desire.
Yeah.
I'm more into sci-fi movies.
You know what this made me think of when I said, "Would you watch it on streaming service?" Remember that movie that John was that brought up to us, early on in the show, that Sylvester Stallone movie?
Yes, I watched that.
What was that called?
The Sanatorium.
Samaritan.
Yeah.
That movie was so bad.
The Sanatorium.
It was bad.
I forgot what it was. I forgot what it was called.
What's that rice?
Samurai rice?
Yeah, the Samaradin rice or something. The freaking
Zatarans.
Yeah, Zatarans. There you go.
Thing is that the commercials on during The Price is Right.
I only
Samaritan was horrible.
Was it really?
Oh, it's awful.
I hated it.
I only watched it because of Sylvester Stallone.
I only watched it because John recommended, or not recommended it, but he talked about it. I think we watched a trailer on this show at some point.
Yeah, we did.
And so I was like, we covered it, so I kind of feel like I should put it on and watch it. Horrible.
I'm a huge Stallone fan, so I'm
a big
Stallone in it.
Watch the Batman. It was awesome.
I haven't watched that yet.
The Flash?
I don't even know what that even means.
Batman.
What is the Batman?
Flash?
Which one's the Batman?
That's the newest.
It's the
Twilight Batman movie.
Twilight Batman.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that movie's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Watch the Batman. Is it in the movies?
No, it came out like 2 years
white
ago.
guy from
It's on HBO.
It's the Twilight guy.
The Twilight guy, the one of the what do you call it?
It's really good. You would like it. You would like the Batman.
It's really good. Yeah.
I just watched.
It's super dark.
Dark Knight.
Super dark.
Yeah.
I watched Batman Begins, and then I watched Dark Knight.
Those are all
last
fantastic.
week. I hadn't seen those in a long time.
If you haven't seen The Flash, that's a real treat for Batman fans as well. I would just watch that just for Batman.
Yeah.
The Riddler throws this house thing right on the guy's face with rats.
Yeah.
It's good.
Is
that Riddler makes Jim Carrey look like a schoolgirl. It's
Like
pretty
a court
good.
jester.
Yeah.
I just watched that one just the other day.
Did the Riddler? I didn't watch the show regularly, but I had seen some of it. Did the Riddler from Gotham ever make it into another Batman? Anything?
Watching that show
because the guy who played the Riddler in Gotham was really pretty good. But I don't know if there was talk of him being
watch
in a
the Batman.
movie.
Charles is right. Watch
Batman.
that. That's really good.
Well, I just saw that Andy Serkis is in it, and I'm a huge fan of him. So now it makes me.
Oh God, I love him in in the Avengers movie. When he's the I don't remember what his character is, but when he's that arms dealer guy, and they fight in that factory. Oh, I love him in that movie. He's so good. And he's like a little guy in real life, but they made him look jacked up and huge.
Did they?
Yeah. What was that movie, guys? It was in a Avengers, or it was in the Avengers timeline.
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron, right? And he fights. Ultron is in the factory. He was so good in that movie, and I think fans were upset because in the comic books, the character that he played is a pretty big character, a pretty big bad guy. and he was just in that one movie, and they kind of like killed him off. So. He's giving a vote for Blue Beetle right now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're at the point where a few of us will probably throw it on if we come across it. I just looked it up; it's PG-13. So,
of course
yeah, he says caca. Blue Beetle's caca.
So it'll be questionable as to whether it's good for our under 10-year-old kids.
Yummy, bite me.
I think he got muted. So it's PG-13. I was going to say, for Charles, for myself, who have sons who are 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, that makes sense to throw on a superhero movie, but I don't know if it'll be appropriate or not. We'll have to see. But the special effects look kind of cool. Some of the scenes, like him flying and shooting stuff, looked exciting in terms of visuals on the screen, but I don't know how good a movie will be. We'll have to see what the reviews are and how well it does.
Yeah, and I think that McFarlane knocked it out of the park with the figures, though. They look really, really good.
The figures do look pretty cool. I thought the packaging was pretty cool, too. It's a little bit plain with the black, but I like some of the design elements on the package.
Yeah.
Certainly, it's great to see that window on the packaging and not that closed box like we've been seeing lately.
So for the movie, and we all throw either 1 or 2 thumbs up or 1 or 2 thumbs down for the movie.
Whether we're going to see it opening weekend or whatever.
What do we think of it from the trailer?
Oh, from the trailer.
Can we go marginal?
So Shane's 50-50.
Shane and Brandon is always 50-50. Don't you guys know that by now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it looks horrible.
No, I got one. Oh, sorry.
There you go.
I don't think it looks horrible, but it is not something. Now, listen, I just joked with my wife earlier about the fact that I still haven't seen Indiana Jones, and you guys mostly have. And I said to her, how many times a year do I go to the movies? Like 3. So certainly I am not rushing to the movies to see this, but would I put it on a streaming service?
There's movies that I'll go to the theater for, and this is not one of them.
Right. The fact that I have not gotten off my butt to go see Indy is so sad.
Correct.
I'll go see The Flash. I'll go see Indiana Jones. I will not be going and seeing Blue Beetle in the movie theater. False.
If you go to
unless
watch
it's free
AMC
and somebody
movie,
buys me popcorn.
AMC movie on a Tuesday, it's like $6.50.
Isn't that 50% off Tuesdays or whatever?
Yeah, it's super cheap.
Still won't go. I'll go and I'll rewatch. One of the other ones.
Blue Beetle is what I see in my backyard, and I step on them and I squash them.
Those are the Japanese Beatles.
Yeah.
I'll share with you one thought. You know what franchise used to be a go to the movies franchise for me because it started so long ago when 20 years ago.
Star Wars
was Fast and Furious. Love to see that on the big screen.
Agree with you.
And I liked the more modern ones, but I did not go and see the last one. But I watched it streaming recently,
and
it is ridiculous, and not in a good way. It is. The joke for the last 5 movies has been
bigger and better.
There's no sense of gravity, and science and physics don't work.
It's so fake. So fake.
It's so fake. But you just buy into it if you're a fan of the movies. Oh, they're flying across a canyon. Okay, you kind of go with this movie. Every single scene was so fake and was so not real and would never ever happen that it was unenjoyable. It was hard to watch because it was so ridiculous.
And their box office showed for that.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. I mean, they need The Rock back, I guess, and
it's one of the lesser grossing ones that are the last 4 or 5.
If for anybody who's watching this who saw the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a gigantic sphere that's a bomb, and it's rolling through the streets of Rome, and it's like this gigantic boulder crushing everything, but it's bouncing off of buildings and flying over things and rolling down hills, and it goes everywhere that the bad guy wants it to go, and he's way far away looking at it roll through the streets, and It's so ridiculous. And Vin Diesel's bumping it with his car and trying to make it go where he wants. The whole thing is so stupid. I almost had to turn it off. It was so.
I hope it rolls
so
over the Blue Beetle.
So I'll try the next Fast and Furious again, but that one was ridiculous.
Here's the thing with movies, real quick. Here's the thing with movies in our time right now.
Yeah.
Not like it used to be. Before COVID, I think COVID had a lot to do with why we, how we view movies now. But did you guys know that the Transformers Rise of the Beasts came out in June?
Yeah.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I did know, but
I don't watch any of those garbage movies.
I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
I have no idea what number Transformers that is.
Don't care.
Don't know how
I'd
many
rather
there's
watch
been
cartoons.
Love the Transformers. All the movies are awesome.
How many? How many are there? Is there 5 now?
72.
Was Mark Wahlberg in this one too?
Is
Whenever
Mark
I
Wahlberg
see
still
one,
in it?
I watch it.
No.
Is Shia LaBeouf in them?
We are talking about a whole different, revamped Transformers movies here.
Who was in it? Bruce Willis or something?
Oh, he's not
God.
well.
No, but I'm saying who was after Mark Wahlberg? There was
Nicolas
somebody else.
Cage. It's a Nicolas Cage movie.
Get out of here! Are you serious?
All right.
No.
Thanks everybody for tuning in.
It's Jaime or Jamie.
Jaime Cage.
Yeah, Jaime.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for another episode of 5 Idiots Talking Toys. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Throw us a sub. We appreciate it. Like the video and give us a comment. What are you going to do about the Blue Beetle? Are you going to go to the movies? Are you going to wait for it to stream? Do you like the toys? Do you collect modern DC? What do you think of those, and how do they compare to the other figures in the DC line? Let us know. We'd be happy to chat with you in the comments. And please come back for our Wednesday episodes and every Sunday here on 5 Idiots Talking Toys. Good night, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Skip the movie. Don't get X'd. Don't get X'd.
Save your time. Save your money. Save your family.
Hide your wife.
Save your
hide
soul.
your kids.
Don't get X'd.
They making everybody watch Blue Beetle around here. Bye.